Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I'll show you how to do a really cool triangle scarf. So I'm opening our incoming fall and winter season with this video, and since it's the end of August and slowly September is coming, I decided to kind of slowly ease into the warmer stuff and the a bit warmer scarves. So yeah, stay tuned. So let's start with this wonderful wool in really amazing colors. So starting light over to orange and pink shades and purples, going to lighter ones again. You can see the colors here. Apart from that, it's 150 grams per 810 meters. Needle is 3.5 or 4 millimeters, and I will be taking my 4 millimeter needle. And other than that, it's 8% mohair, 8% wool, and 84% acrylic. So let's get started. I'll start with a magic ring. So just put your thread in your hand, go around your two fingers, and go through the ring with your needle. Pull the thread through. Take your fingers out, and that's it. Now we can start with 4 chains. There, now let's do trebles. So yarn over the needle, go into the ring, take the thread and finish the treble. Do 1 chain and repeat. So you see that I'm doing trebles, always with 1 chain in between. I will be doing a total of 5 trebles with the chains in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do the last treble. And we are done with our first row, and we can pull this tight now to close the ring. And I get a little bow like this. So let's now start the second row with 6 chains. 3 of those will be for the height and 3 will be for the distance that we want. So you'll see in a moment what I mean. So let's turn this around and do a treble. Here around the first chain, and then I will go always around the chains or in between the trebles. And I'll always do a treble, chain, and treble into that one spot. So I'm basically doing V-shaped elements. So now you can see why I did the 6 chains at the beginning. So 3 for the height and 3 for the distance and 1 treble. So now I'll finish this really quick to the top. And then go down all the way to the other side. So close with 3 chains and a treble. Here we are, the V structure is in here, all the way from the one side to the other. So at the beginning, we have a total of 5 V pieces. So let's start with our third round. So the second and third row are always going to be changing throughout the scarf. So I'll start with 6 chains for the beginning. This stays the same in all rows. Okay, and turn, and now I'll do 4 trebles around the chains from the last row. Okay, then move over to the next chain section. We are already at the top. Here we are doubling, so doing 8 trebles in here. That's how we get the additions, and that's how the scarf grows. So 4 trebles and 1 chain in between, and the leftover 4 trebles. So on this side, I have 2 more places I need to do the 4 trebles. Four again, 3 chains and 1 treble, so that's how we end and begin the row. So now you can see the whole 3rd round. So you can see now that I started here with our 6 chains as always, then 4 treble structures all the way to the top, 1 chain and the other half, so again 4 treble structures to the end. So now we will again do the same as we did in our 2nd row. So let's start with 6 chains. Turn and do a treble. 3 for the distance and then another treble. First V is here, and from here on I'll be doing the V pieces in between the trebles or onto the chains of the last row. So you can maybe notice that it's really a super simple thing to do. There we go. Then you go over to the next section. And that's it. Super easy. We are already on the top of our triangle. Here around the chain between the 4 and 4 trebles, that's where we do the V. So this is the only exception. The rest of it is as I mentioned. You can mark this spot with a marker, but I still think it's easy to find, so it shouldn't be too hard to do. But of course, as you wish. If you want to mark, feel free to mark. So let's continue. Treble. And here I am at the end where we did the chains in the last row. Here we also have a V piece. So 3 chains and the treble is an ending. So I always start the row with the 3 chains. So with 3 chains and the treble. So this is what we have for now, and you see how it looks. I like this pattern a lot, and I think it's pretty easy to do, which is always a plus. the whole deal is that the second and third row keep repeating one after another, so it's really easy to remember as well what you need to do. So this is what we have for now. You see how it looks? And we're going to keep expanding. So next we will start with 6 chains and go around the V's we just did. And then on the top of our triangle at the point, we will be doing our trebles doubled with a chain in between so that we increase our size. And then we will end with 3 chains and a treble. So I'll work this a bit more and then I'll show you when I get to my color change. I did a bit more now, so you see here the first color change from the pretty beige to this nice orange. The change was pretty sudden, so you can see it over here. And another change is not as visible because the shades are similar, but when you take a closer look here in the 2 rows, you can notice the lighter and darker shade. So that's how the color changes basically happen. They are a bit sudden depending on the shades, of course. And you see that the color changes will actually happen pretty often. So this is the reason the spool itself is so colorful, and our scarf is going to be the same. So I'm just getting started and I will be switching to all kinds of pink shades that you can see here, all the way to a really nice, well, red wine shade, I would say, and all the way to purple. So let's do a bit more. So here is almost my entire spool. I have just a little bit left over and I'll leave it as it is. So I measured my size and it's 180 centimeters of length, which is what I have wanted. And it's about 60 centimeters of maximal height at its highest point. So I will now simply close it up so that it's really completely done. And the last row that I did is the one with the 4 treble pieces. So this is always the row that you will be ending with, at least what I recommend, as you can see in my piece. And here you see the color changes and all the nice shades that we have. I'll try to find all of these so that you can see all of them. Cut the end thread off and then you can pull it out and weave it in. And so we are now officially done. So if you followed with me, you have your own scarf now, which is pretty cool. I'm really loving the design and the look. We gotta weave in the beginning thread and the end thread. So there really isn't a lot of work left over, and you can already see the lovely pattern and the lovely colors as well. So if you guys did this along with me, feel free to let me know how difficult or easy you found it, if you liked your end result, how big you made it, and feel free to shoot us a thumbs up if you enjoy the project. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Bye!